Call the December 31st, 2015 Policy and Procedure meeting to order. Call the roll, Amanda, please.
Raymond.
Present.
Sure.
Here.
Schultz.
Yes.
Barron.
Yes.
Anderson.
Present. Oh, Russell said he should be here, be a little bit late. You have enough public comment? Seeing none. Oh, go ahead, Jean. Sorry.
I've been contacted by the state representative in the state senator's office about recycling, electronic recycling, and they're wondering if there's any funds available from here, which I told them that I knew there was a recycling fund, that I didn't know what the restrictions were on it, but I think we need to look into that. I've seen TV and some road districts already, and if we can help prevent that kind of thing, I think we should look into it, take care of it. And I don't think we'd be responsible for the full cost, but maybe help them out a little bit to get better service.
They're looking at putting up a facility or adding to something, or what's their...
No, they bring the trailer.
Oh, just that, okay, just the...
They are, and they have all the electronic stuff. We have sent some of our excess over there.
Basically, they don't have enough money to keep doing it, so they're looking for donations.
It gets pretty expensive. Go ahead.
I was contacted by Tom Bennett's office person.
Okay.
He's supposed to be, we have him on the agenda at the tax meeting on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard from him again since last month, but I assume that he'll be there. I think what they're looking for is funding to assist a program that's already in place by Bennett and Barrickman.
Okay.
I don't know that for sure, but I think that's the case.
That was the understanding I had.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Maybe get more information
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
yeah.
I know last year the company that they got just brought in trailers. Well, the year before they'd taken 3 semi-loads of DVDs and stuff like that out. So we need to get, they're talking about trying to get a facility to take it that will load it and all that kind of stuff. That's probably where more money.
Committee chair report. Right on time, Russell. Highway, please.
Highway, so the claims will be actually dealing with some issues from this last week, looking at those. And the annual spring motor fuel tax letting looks like it's going to be February at this point. And we'll get that worked out.
Dan?
Not much on the agenda so far this month, just further discussion on the reviewing of the ordinances. Main item.
Lyle,
We're going to be talking about access to the soccer field and the fertilizers.
Dale?
Regular reports and the issue on the recycling, electronic recycling.
Sure.
Taking our normal reports this month, nothing special going on.
Anything, Anita, this IT meeting, having a meeting? I haven't talked to Troy. I haven't talked to Troy. Okay. The Esner report. You probably don't have nothing to tell us, do you?
I can do a little bit. Well, I'm playing in Curry, especially here in Marcy, again. But also stop on the Curry and probably Woodland as well. And we have townships that have road and water. No homes outside of that, because there's a really trend, possibly one down Milford. Get out that one. That's worried about it. Up by town, by there, there's a couple homes that are close, I'll just get a phone. And talk to the township. Commissioner up there. Here 1 month ago, the shelter is open over at Green Church, 7 businesses right now. Pet shelter's been open, Jim Blog. Last time I checked, they had 12 beds. And we'll put on that. The purchase starts in yesterday, was in the beneficiary carpet. The city wanted to declare that after yesterday. I think kind of help. I do like that. Your decision whether or not you want to declare for that sector. The governor has declared state that sector day before yesterday, really for other parts of the state. Yes, he had 2 more counties to do that. The benefit of the county declaring that at this point in time, possibly we can hop on that state declaration. Doesn't mean much, because the federal government could still say you don't get anything. But it is possible. I think they get it. I've been reviewing some state and county legislation by emergency services and disaster declarations.
If they're trying to find me where it says that we need to declare in order for the city to be able to be eligible.
Is that the case?
Hopefully that's what he's about to tell me.
I didn't see it.
That's the same thing Mayor Harwood said, but I wanted to see if Eric could find it.
It is the case. Before you don't pass now, I'm sorry for not everybody, but we have county legislation, just have my positions. We have state legislation. State legislation is 20 ILCS 3305, otherwise known as the Illinois Emergency Management Act. On there, Mr. Chairman, on page 14, when it comes around to you, there's section 11, which is local disaster declarations. There it states the local disaster may be declared only by the principal executive officer of a local subdivision. It goes on and explains some details about the whole 7-day limit and all that jazz. A political subdivision in the Illinois Emergency Management Act is defined as a political subdivision that has emergency management agency or emergency services disaster agency, which every county is mandated to have, as we do. A municipality may, but they are mandated to have it if they have over a certain population, which of course no town in Iroquois County does. A municipality, whether it be village or city, may establish one, even if they are under that population, but that's a long process. So no village or city has been. They used to many decades ago, but that's not the case anymore. So, Iroquois County is a political subdivision as referenced in the Illinois Emergency Management Act. We are responsible for declaring disaster declarations in order to attempt to get distance from the state.
So somewhere here it says, like when Bob declares, is that really
That doesn't
is
count.
that doing anything, or is that just saying
Well, Bob declares he's back in the county to help.
he's asking?
That's the effect.
Comment on anything, Russell? It's more pretty near and dear to your heart.
Well, at this point, this is new information, so I'm walking into all this other stuff being passed around. It's going to take a little while to consume all that. I would say, based off the information I dug into 5 months ago, when we declared a declaration back then, it could have been the end of June, 1st of July issue. I will say I could not see no hidden liabilities for the county by dancing with it. So I really supported the ideal. I know we had no benefit really by doing it that, when we look back at this point. I will say this time, the state and the federal government may be a little bit more cooperative because it's such a widespread area stretching from Fort Wayne all the way to Dallas. And so we might seek some help there. So I would support the ideal at this point based off the information that we dealt with, again, 5-6 months ago.
To go over the county legislation that passed, you would turn to page 14, section 1049C, says the county EMA shall work with the liaison appointed by each municipality within its jurisdiction, which is not required to and does not have an emergency management agency in order to facilitate cooperation with the section of that municipality with the Iroquois County EMA. in which it is located in the work of disaster mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. Basically stating that if a village or city does not have an emergency management agency, it's my job to work with them in all phases of emergency management.
I think we ought to do that.
How does that work as far as, I know there's thresholds, does the county have to meet the thresholds as far as dollar amount of damage still, or if the state, last time I was state, July, was back state, didn't hit the dollar amount, that one was re-redid. The reason I asked is that as far as county highway, we don't have to have damage this time to apply, so I'm worried about dollar amounts, whether it's something that the county doesn't make a number, what we can get anybody to.
That is sort of referring to is public assistance, which is kind of on the from government. If being declared as that if it all, or infrastructure, public infrastructure, anything that's tax paid, could be anything roads, like during previous year, Iroquois County has been infrastructure. $1,000. But the rest of the state did not, in order to up that to federal administration. And I heard many public infrastructure that is really damaged at this point. This is here in December to work on meetings that I have reserved to do. There's also individual assistance for homes. That is really has federal assistance where individuals are being running on the forecourts.
That individual assistance is or is not available without the declaration by the county.
It is not available without declaration by the county, state, and then the federal. The only assistance that we acquired last time was SBA loans, which was largely very kind, but was largely ineffective. I'm not an individual that was able to get out SBA loan. Numbers tried, numbers denied. Got over accepted, but
In all probability, it's not going to mean a thing, but as a vote of confidence to the city of Watsika and the people therein, I think we should do it.
And if I may, the majority of the hardships is from transportation issues, and they are state and federal liability. It's their infrastructure, I guess your term is. It's their infrastructure that causes the problem, because people cannot get to point A to point B. They can't go get their meds at the CVS. They can't go see their doctor because they got to drive an extra 12 miles. And that's the biggest problem. Emergency people cannot respond under normal ways because the federal and state road district is underwater.
Maybe they should keep the money they're going to dole out and use it for something to solve a problem.
Right. Yeah.
The discussion last night with my 11-year-old. Why don't they just fix the problem?
You know, US 24 is the biggest issue.
They didn't touch that one.
US 24 is the biggest issue.
I'd rather
So,
find something else to spend money on.
Yeah.
so did you make the motion then, Dale?
I didn't, but I'm willing, but I think it's more in your
no motion was necessary.
backyard.
In order to declare disaster declaration, that's solely up to the county commissioner. And in order to extend that disaster declaration, that's 7 days full board.
One question here, though, that if you do that, after 7 days, then you have to have a special county board meeting to extend it.
See, we have a county board meeting and
Tuesday.
that's
11 and 12.
10 days out then, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if we're going to do
have to do it today, or can you wait for the board meeting in 7 days?
or we can do it at,
Mr. Anderson doesn't have to do anything. If you declare disaster, I recommend you do it immediately. The state was wondering yesterday if you're going to do it, and if you wait longer, it could prohibit our ability to jump on the declaration.
We just have to go ahead.
If you do it today, then does our county board meeting qualify for the extension?
He says 7 days
Late.
if he does it.
Yeah.
Well, he can do it today.
well, can you drag,
If
does
he
it
did
count,
it today,
does it count on working days?
You're going to have Just look at it this
If
way.
he does
7 days.
it can't continue or be renewed for a period in excess of 7 days except by, or with the consent of the governing board.
Within 7 days. So he's gotta wait till next week to do it.
Well,
Do it
unless
today,
the board call a special county board meeting.
Thursday or Friday, what would they consider the 7th? Thursday or Friday next week?
I think you would have to
Figure out which day.
you'd have to have a meeting Wednesday.
For that purpose, the
Just for that
weekend
purpose.
counts?
Yeah, it doesn't some days and it does other days.
Yeah.
You would have to have a meeting next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
I think you need to do it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
If you-
So this is,
Oh,
we're all on the same page.
okay.
It's about to happen in Chairman's Conference.
Okay.
But we gotta figure out when.
Judicial meeting.
I was kinda hoping it'd be Thursday, then you got more people. Either way, just to piggyback it off of the meeting, it's gonna take time. Right. Gene?
We count holidays and weekends in those 7 days. If you don't, we may not have enough time.
Yeah. We do.
I think when there's an emergency, I think they're just strictly counting days. I don't think they
Yeah.
take into account.
They go by the clock.
Yeah.
That's right.
They wanna have a heavy hand to
It doesn't say anything here, so it must be.
Birthdays don't count.
Have the special meeting at 2 o'clock next Wednesday.
Yeah, then you get 11 people there, or 11 people to show up. Just do this, we got 6 people on it, 7, 8. We'll make it work.
Russell can come.
Water's down.
I'll send it for you.
Anything else, Eric?
If you decide to clear the staff declaration, my court reporting, we basically do daily assessments, as I did, this summer, where I brought in usually teams to do that. I imagine I'm a little busy, the rest of the state. I've already talked about what we're working on, getting them together, had a few volunteers on hand. South side of town, water's already going down, and then we'll have a bit of a break, get one plant done someday. That one. Besides that, that's what I have.
Any other questions for Eric?
I'm sure I'm missing something, but I'm on the cat camp.
Chairman's comments, Eric, you go ahead and give me that declaration going first. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Basically to help support the city. No. You can copy out in 5 months. Good.
Yeah, it's like copy.
You want this too?
Okay. We'll get that taken care of here as soon as this wraps up. Appointments, we'll have some ETSB appointments. Still taking names if anybody's, have a bunch of volunteers. The city did send me a letter, Bob, Mayor Harwood did. Would like to see a sergeant, what is it? Police officer in town. I don't know what his name is, Jeremy Douglas. I'd like to see that. Never been a requirement to have somebody from Westseaga on it. It's just kind of a agreement, gentleman's agreement, or however they put that. Because we had 4 seats are up, 2 of them, 2 of the ones that were going are up. He's got Roger Lubeck's letter, he's stepping down. Jason Brown, did he ever give you anything? But he said he's not interested in being reappointed. Anybody else know of any appointments on this? Revisions, personnel policy, vacation. Everybody got a copy of policy number 1062. I may have got it highlighted. Read through it and we'll discuss what issues are. everybody knows, regular full-time employees scheduled 35 or more hours per week shall receive vacation time as of their anniversary date of employment based on their status and length of service. Full-time employees, it breaks it down. Full-time employees will receive vacation based on the following: after 1 year through 7 years, 10 working days. Beginning year 8 through 14 years, 15 working days. Beginning year 15 and beyond, 20 working days. Everybody finish reading it. If you want to kick it over to either Dee or Anita, whichever one wants. Anita she gave me this. Dee, what's the issue, I guess?
I have two problem resolution forms that are county forms that employees are asked to give policy a year and a half ago, when the health department moved into the building, we were asked, all of us were asked to policy and procedures and manual and sign off on that. And I made sure that all of the employees read it and just sign off on that. So during that time, many of the employees had copies of the manual. That's what one in each department. They made copies. So the employees have copies of the policy. And I think they have a right to have those copies. They took the policy literally, where it says, after 1 year, through 7 years, and 10 working days. Beginning year, 8 through 14 years. So they thought during their 8th year of employment that they got 15 working days. But so about a month ago, quite a month ago, on December 16th, I gave according to another policy, which is the personnel employment classification policy number 1015, it says, under IED, the responsibility of the department head and supervisor to inform employees of the purpose of moving on to a different benefit eligibility status. So, I have a year service spreadsheet, vacation eligibility spreadsheet that I made out, and it says that Teresa Castoni and Sandy Sigma are in their 8th year of employment. Teresa was hired on September 2nd, 2008, so on September 2nd of 2015, she had completed 7 years of employment, and now, as of September 3rd, was in her 8th year of employment. So the policy actually says that the employee shall receive vacation on their anniversary date. I did explain to my staff that that's hard for to keep track of everybody's eligibility date, for Amanda and then you to do that. But that they would issue that on December 1st. Because December 1st is the fiscal year that the beginning of the fiscal year was the beginning of their 8 years of employment. So on December 1st, they expected to receive 15 days of vacation, and they only received 10.
Yes, Russell? I thought that this entity's only been in business for a year and a half. I didn't see how.
Now,
Okay.
it was agreed that their seniority transfer came with them.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that. That's your department.
Okay.
Business-wise, I look at it.
All
business has
the
been there a year and a
employees
half.
that came from FIPHD carried their seniority.
Hmm.
They didn't lose that when they came over here.
That was the
That
board.
was part of the agreement.
They just came in and make trouble.
What?
That's unfair, I apologize.
That was a nasty
Just
joke.
wasn't they allowed it. And let's take from there, the current practice, how we've done it, again, it always means correct practice, but the current practice, Anita, is after the first, you have to wait a year before you get any
Right. It's the way I say it, I guess it's granted after term. So, like the first year, you don't get your 2 weeks until you completed your first year. So you earn it, then you're granted it. And that's been our practice. And what we've done since I've been here, Mindy, I talked to Mindy, she said it was that way as long as she was here, so.
And that is a standard business practice.
Right.
There's
And
nothing-
it's always December for non-union people, so it's 25 people. We need December 1st, we just subtract the current year minus their start year, and that's what it is. So it's really December 1st following their anniversary. That's the way it is done. That's what it is.
We don't have, the employees don't have a problem with it being December 3rd, following their anniversary. They don't have a problem with that. What they have a problem with is that the first line says, through 7 years. Doesn't say through 8 years. It says through 7 years. And the next line says, beginning year 8. So if you're going to do it this way, then the top line should say, after 1 year through 8 years. Because that's year one, I guess the way I've done this, and this has been pretty standard wherever I've worked. Your first year is, you're at year one on your first anniversary date. Right. Teresa would have been at year, she would have completed 7 years of employment on September 3rd of this year, of 15. She completed 7 years of employment.
Basically, what we need is a clarification in the word.
On the ending point being 7 and the beginning point being 8?
I think that's where the problem is. It's
Well,
clear-
that's what it looks like to me.
It's clear you have to work a year before you get any vacation.
Right, you gotta work a year and do the 7 years.
It says when you begin year 8, then you're entitled to 15 days.
And when you start the 8th year, then you're,
Right, so
That's not how I read it.
oh,
it's not...
that's the way I read it.
It's not clearly stated there, that's...
It is not, I agree with that. But how I read it is beginning after year 8.
No,
That's
it
how
does
I
not
read
say
it. It
after.
does not say it, but that's how I read it. Because in the beginning, you wait that year, so beginning with year 8, you wait the 8th year, and then you get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that. See, that's where these people have their problem.
I understand that.
And I think they have a point in that...
I think they have a point in the way it's written. I don't think they have a point in vacation days.
We have a problem. We need a solution.
Okay.
You have to, when they signed those policy and procedure manuals, and I've got copies of this, they were fully expecting their vacation time as of December 1st during their 8th year of employment. But they won't be here 8 years, so like their first in September of 2016. Right, but the first line says through 7 years, not through 8 years. It says through 7 years. And the second line says beginning in year 8 through 14.
Well,
So they're following exactly what this policy says. And that's what they're saying, through the 8, through the 7.
yeah, yeah.
The argument is not what it says, the argument is how you interpret it.
Well, but the
Guess
law...
we move forward to the state's
but
attorney.
the way we operate to do it...
Well, the way it is written
That's true.
is the law, or the policy.
Right.
And that is what you have to follow. If we don't want it to be that way, we have to put a word in there, through.
I agree
The
with that.
end of the 7 years. Is that
I
what
agree
you're
with
saying?
that.
In-
But the question is, now these people have signed on with this expectation because this was the policy at the time. So,
So there's 15 people, it's gonna cost us 5 extra days in your department.
Was this an agreement with the union?
No,
this is non-union.
No, non-union.
I think it may extend beyond the health department. There's other employees that are under the same policy. This isn't just a health department issue.
Well, we could,
I don't know, apparently it hasn't come up, although this is something that we approved in October of 2013.
right.
It's only a year and a half old, year and 3 years.
And I'm sure the language has been used for 100 years before that, and it's never
It
been
may,
picked
I don't know
apart.
what the language was before that.
Yeah.
Apparently we don't have that.
We didn't write it.
to look at.
Yeah, traditionally we don't write it, and traditionally this language has been in place for a long time, and people just pull it up and reuse it. And so the challenging of the language,
I think we.
I don't know that. I
think we
suppose
got
we
two-
go do nothing, and they're going to challenge us in court later, and then the labor attorneys will decide.
I don't know if it'll go that far. I think it's an issue where we got.
Well, but you got labor attorneys on both
Is this
sides.
committee deliberating this, or is the people in the gallery deliberating this?
Well,
We can't even talk without being over. I think we got two issues to consider here. One is, do we want to make it, do we want to change this to make it clearer? And the other one is, what are we going to do with the people who are governed by the way it's written right now? I think there's two different things here that we have to decide upon.
I agree with that.
That's the right spot to do it, policy committee.
How do you want it?
I think further to that, the way, the papers that they have filed following the procedures in this is that when they have an issue that the department head can't handle, then it comes to the policy and procedure committee to be resolved. So that's upon us right now to do that.
You want to make a motion? You want to make a motion?
Not particularly.
I don't think you want me to either.
I mean, it's a committee decision. It's not, I'm involved somewhat because it's health department, so that's one reason I'd rather not.
And basically, if we put beginning after year 8 through 14 and beginning after year 15 and beyond, that would clarify the issue, correct?
Well, clarify the language better, so it takes the interpretation problem out for some folks.
You can even, it would even clarify that if in here there was some example, maybe put down that employee A works so and so. One thing too, one question that I have about this, and I don't know if it's covered here either, but if an employee works for 10.5 years and they leave, do they get paid for that half year in vacation time when they leave, or are they entitled to take that time? They lose that? They lose it? We pay their sick time, but we don't pay them their vacation.
You don't pay sick time. Sick time is not paid unless they retire. If they retire, they have to rate it of what they earn, or they can turn it into IRS to extend their seniority. Vacation is paid whatever is on the book. Both for retirement and...
They get a half-year vacation if they retire?
No, we don't give vacation monthly. It's given either on our anniversary date or December 1st on
Basically, we
whatever is
encourage
on the book.
them to be creative when they quit.
Yes. I mean, some of them are.
Sure, it's happening.
It's
Oh, yeah.
happening.
Again, it's something that we need to have some understanding in order to make a decent decision on this.
Okay. If we decide to change this policy, that doesn't change the fact that the policy currently is written that they get it. And,
I disagree.
well, we could, I guess... let
It
that
can
up
be
to-
interpreted that way, but it can also be interpreted the other way. That's the problem. That's why we have to change the wording, in my estimation.
I guess that would be up to legal minds greater than mine. But if it is determined that this says that they're entitled to it, just because we change it, we can't go back and take it away from them. So going forward, they would be entitled to it going
So then
But-
the
but
next,
any-
anybody
but
that's already
anyone-
got it, that's gonna file one of these and tell us
Yep.
that since you just gave these people, I want it, because I could've got this 11 years ago. Bob, you're just raising your hand. This is a problem that's not gonna solve itself.
Yeah, it's really a much bigger problem.
Yes, right.
And so it goes back down to the language, the basic language. Some people think there's an interpretation problem going on here. There could be. When I read it, it looks like after 7 years, after you complete your 7th year, you start your 8th year. That's when you start your 15-day. That's the way I read it.
Okay.
But you're telling me there's a bunch of people here that haven't said that they need their 15 days instead of 10 days?
I know, I'm just saying that.
But this policy went into effect in 2013, so anybody before that isn't covered by this. I mean, it shouldn't have a...
You're out of luck, Bob. You're out of luck.
I asked, I got the explanation, I accept that,
Did you fill out one of those forms? I mean, basically, how many people is it going to affect?
There's a total of 33 people that are non-union that some way, shape, or form will fall under this.
Yeah.
But how many is it going to affect their, how many fell
These are
into
already
this in the
passed.
last,
Oh, since
in the last 2 years? How many have,
Who, like that 9 years? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 9 years.
because what you're looking at is 4 people getting 5 days of vacation time. Because it's only that 1 year that are being transitioned.
There's a few folks on our board that deals with Mr. Hibben on a regular basis. Mr. Hibben, that's his expertise area. So I would, first of all, before I would do anything, I would show it to him, ask him what he thinks, and get his opinion before we went any further. Because when I read it, day 1 of the 8 years where it starts.
Mandy?
What's the intent when the board passed the personnel policy, was did it have policy in writing that had not existed before, the city based on past practices? And the communication policy was one of those, wasn't it the intent of the board to have it in writing as past practices? And the past practice of this was after you've been here a number of years, because December 1st has always been a magic date when your time kicks in. They didn't get.
So what,
But December 1st is not the issue. It's whether it's before or after 8 years.
Right. And the past practice has always been after you've been here that year that they kick in.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't have had a policy.
Well, that's it. When you gotta roll down language, that language has gotta be perfect.
Right.
And even when it's perfect, it
Oh, it'll get
gets
changed. I can guarantee this language will change, but the
But
issue
the-
at hand is, yeah.
Don't you feel it's something that Hibben should look at?
Evan, we have a state's attorney that I'm sure is quite capable too.
Yeah, I think, well, Hibben deals with
How
labor
long the time
language.
do we have to respond to those?
I have to get the policy manual out and see what, I bet I can respond while they were
I thought-
researching it.
I thought somebody's gonna see him here in the next, next 12 hours?
What's that?
Hibben. Don't you have a negotiation?
union negotiations, we got a time period within which we have to respond.
Right. Well, I'm just
This is a different matter.
aware we'd be seeing Mr. Hibbin anyhow, or somebody on the committee. Maybe get a little light on
Just reading. What? Okay.
I'd almost be willing to bet that if this came in a court of law, the judge would say, beginning of the 8th year, that's when you get it. I mean, because that's what it says. It's our problem for having it stated the way it's stated, I think.
Well, yeah, I really don't think we put the language together. I think we put the language to somebody else that's been in place for a long time, so I think it might have already been challenged before, and the language must be good, otherwise it wouldn't have been around for...
Well,
You want to talk to him first or not?
Yeah, I can talk to him. I'll talk to both of them that way.
That's up to you.
Yeah, you could check with
Jim.
first and see what he thinks, because he's already dealt with it before.
So the question is, do we follow the inappropriate language or do we follow past practice? Is that correct?
Currently, from here until we get an answer?
In this determination of how to read this, are we supposed to follow the way it's worded or past practice, which was the intent of the board?
That's the question I need to ask.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other discussion on this? I'll find out how long I have to respond to this problem resolution form to go into discussion on this part. Any correspondence? No bus. And I haven't looked at it. I'm assuming they're looking for donation. What do we usually do with that?
And the original, if you go back and look at the minutes from the original, it was a one-time shot, get you started. Because by the county giving the money and endorsing them to start it, they got all this federal money.
Have the same conversation every year. I just want to make sure you said it again.
Does it sound the same?
Yep, I'll bet word for word. Bet pretty close. That in the minute. Got correspondence from them. Got all the correspondence. Claims?
None.
0 claims. Any old
Move
business?
to approve.
You want to approve them? Any old business come for policy? Any new business?
I believe that the IRS has changed their mileage number to 54 cents a mile. I was going to do the same.
Should follow the IRS figures.
That's considered the maximum, isn't it?
I believe so.
By the IRS,
Yeah.
so we don't have a choice.
So we
Matter of
need to
fact.
We only have a choice not to follow it up.
Yeah. Pull that up. Make sure we get that taken care of. On the, not really new, well, it might reappear, it might appear next month on the policy agenda, but thinking about vacation or not vacation. Sick days. People taking sick days. I know, but it'll come up next month. It's just, and we can't do it because it's a government entity, but somehow you reward people for actually showing up and doing their job. Or at least showing up. Hell, if they're not doing their job, I don't know how you determine that, but if showing up is a key thing. We'll readdress that next month.
Well,
But
unfortunately, the way the world's going, in most contracts today, they get rewarded if they actually show up on time. Which, I figure if they don't show up on time, Well,
That's the way it used to be.
It was the federal government
yeah.
giving
Now,
bonuses
if you
after
show up on
your
time,
job.
yeah, if you show up on time, you get a bonus. Oh, you just made it 2 weeks, and you weren't late one day, so by golly, you get an extra $100.
If we're if we're gonna start looking through our policies and changing them, we may address that one.
Yeah.
Used to be years ago, if you showed up 15 minutes late for work, you got docked an hour's pay.
Well, that's the what I'm used to, but
So you worked 45 minutes for nothing.
hey, the liberals are taking over. I can't help it.
Anybody want to make a motion to adjourn? Some of Dan Raymond, is there a second? Second. Lyle Barron, all in favor, say aye.
All right.
Meeting adjourned.